Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. As-salatu was-salamu ala rasulihil kareem wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man istanna bi sunnatihi ila yawmiddin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers. So today we're going to continue the story of Adam alayhi salam as we started yesterday. Today the talk may be a little bit longer, maybe 2-3 minutes longer, so I ask you to be patient because there are a few things that we need to mention in the story today. So this is going to the deep of the story. So inshallah ta'ala, as we discussed yesterday, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala announced to the angels that I want to make a Khalifa to the world. So I'm to send a Khalifa to the world. And then the Malaika, the angels already said, Ya Allah, why you want to do this? Because they're going to go and create corruption in the world. But then Allah said, okay, I know what you don't know. So this is what happened. And then Allah created Adam alayhi salam, and Allah teach Adam alayhi salam the names of everything. Now in this ayah, Allah is saying to this main thing, that Allah is asking to everyone to do sujood. And as we know, the sujood is haram to anyone except Allah in our Sharia. But this was a ceremonial thing, and this was a command from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala before the creation of everything. So Allah created the first human being, and then Allah said to the malaika to do sujood. So this is an exception. So nobody can derive from this one, no. Angels can do sujood, so we can do sujood to other people. So this is completely haram, as we all know. Now then Allah says that everybody prostrated except Iblis. And why he didn't prostrate? He said, Allah said, Istakbar. Istakbar means to want to be big. That one of the name of Allah is Mutakabbir. You all know that, right? Mutakabbir means who's already big. Allah is big, I know, and Allah is great and everything. But here Istakbar means that Iblis want to be big. Although he was a worshipper of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as we know, and Allah has honored him and placed him in the high rank among the angels. What he wanted basically, he wanted a religious recognition basically. He wanted to be that Khalifa. Allah said, I'm going to make Adam a Khalifa because Allah announced yesterday, right? He said, I'm going to make Adam. So he wants that title. I want to be recognized. And this is a great lesson from us. A lot of time the people of the knowledge who started the worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, seeking knowledge sincerely, but then at the end the arrogance entered into their heart and they want a title. I want to be the big alim or big sheikh and these things. And then they went to the path of the astray, so which is not right. And although, as we know, this has been already worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from a long time, and Iblis became Iblis. And this is a very famous thing that a lot of scholars derive from this, that Iblis became Iblis and became a kafir. And as we say, they say that the ayah says, وَكَانَ مِنَ الْكَافِرِينَ, the last word of the Arabic kafirin. So he became a kafir by refusing how many sujood? One sujood. Imagine how many sujood Muslim refuse nowadays. Allah told us to sujood minimum 34 times in a day, 5 times salah, right? And how many Muslim, look at now, how many people we are in Fajr. Yeah, maybe some of them are praying at home, alhamdulillah, and some of them probably not praying at all. So if one sujood, and Iblis was not a bad guy. Don't think like he was a bad guy. He was a very good worshipper of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why he's in the angel. How many of human can in the angel? Nobody. But he refuses Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala one sujood. And he had a logic actually. I will talk that his complaint was not wrong because he said I've been there for a long time. If you're in your job for a long time and then Allah, your boss hired a new person and give him the promotion, you will definitely say, I've been working here for 10 years and you give him the promotion just now. What is this? I deserve it more. So that was his complaint. But because he refused Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he disobeyed, so he became the kafir. So this is the ayah of 34. In ayah 35, Allah is saying to Adam alayhi salam, dwell you and your wife in the paradise. So Allah is sending Adam alayhi salam to the paradise and say that eat everything is halal in the Jannah for you except for this tree. Don't go near to the tree. And if you do, you'll be zalimin. So to analyze this ayah, it's a very beautiful ayah. If you think of that, we all know this story from our childhood. But there's so many benefits, and that's why Allah mentioned this story 7 times in the Quran. What do you think? Allah don't have any other story? Why Allah repeating the same story, same Adam story 7 times? Not 1, not 2, not 3. If you read a juz of Quran every day, you will find this story almost every other day. By finishing, you will find it every day. Why? There's so many benefits inside that. First thing Allah said, uskun to Adam alayhi salam. That means, uskun means, it's come from sakana. It means that, you're moving somewhere, like suppose you're looking for a home or something, then you settle down. That's mean uskun. And uskun also comes from the same root sakina. You all know the word sakina. Sakina means peace. So tranquility. So Allah is telling that you go to Jannah, settle down, and be tranquil there. Also, the command uskun is to one person. But Allah is saying go with your wife. But Allah telling only one person to Adam alayhi salam. Allah could have said, uskuna. Uskuna means to give a command to two people or more than one people. Allah said to one people. By this scholar said, because Adam is the charge of the housing. This is their home, right? Jannah, the husband and wife, Adam and Eve, Hawa alayhi salam. And Allah commanding only to Adam. Then Allah saying, you tell your wife, so take your wife and go to Jannah. Allah didn't say you and your wife, both of you go to Jannah. No. Because Allah wants to give the responsibility to the man. And that is what also derived from this ayah, that the man is in charge of a dwellings. Of course, women has their own rights, men have their own rights. They are not equal, but they have their own rights in the front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Also, the traditional story is found in Bible that you probably heard this story that Adam was in the Jannah and he was walking around. He saw two birds, he saw two deer, two tigers, everything two. Then he feels sad. He asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oh Allah, give me someone partner or something. Everybody has a partner. Then Allah made Eve, Hawa from him. And no, this is not the right story in Islam. There's no hadith about this one. Rather, it's a completely different thing. Allah is saying you take your wife and then go to Jannah. Meaning what? Adam is already married to Eve. Allah didn't say you go to Jannah, be single, and I will send you your wife in a few days. No. Allah said you take your wife, go to Jannah. And one of the scholars says, few scholars say that the blessings of marriage also defined from the marriage is such a thing. Pairing is such a thing. Even the Jannah is not complete. You cannot enjoy the Jannah without being married even. That's what it mentioned. That's why Allah already make the wife of Adam alayhi salam, and then He sent both of them to Jannah to have tranquility, to have sakina in there. Another thing Allah said, eat everything from here, no problem, everything is halal, but not eat from this tree. See that the hazihi means this tree. If I tell you, brother, don't sit on this chair, and if I tell you, brother, don't sit on that chair, which is closer to you? This chair. Meaning what? Both Adam and Eve, they were closer to the tree. By the language you understand, they were so close to that tree. That's why Allah said, please don't go near to this tree. Meaning what? They had a clear vision of the tree, and they have the clear message from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that look, you are very close to this tree, and I am telling you this is the only tree, you don't go near to that. So it was very clear made to them. So haram, and in the Islam, if that time only one thing is haram. Now we have in our Sharia we have several things haram. And it's only a list of few things. We cannot do zina, we cannot drink wine, and this. But that time only one thing is haram, and that is the tree. It is haram. Except everything is halal at that time. Also Allah said, do not eat from tree. Allah didn't say that. Allah didn't say, do not eat from this tree. Do not eat the fruit of this tree. Allah said, don't go near to this tree. Don't even think of going near to this. And this is a very important thing. I remember a lecture from our Sheikh Yusuf. He said, in Quran, Allah never said don't drink wine. Allah said, don't go near to khamar. Because if you go near to your sin, definitely, because this is a never, we will fall into the sin. That's why we should be always far away from the sin. Don't even think, no, I can start, I can do a little bit. I am a strong person, I can control. Don't do that ever. Don't ever do that. Because this is what Allah said. Allah didn't say don't eat. Allah said don't even go near to the tree. And if they eat from the tree, Allah said what? Did Allah say if you eat from the tree, you will be a very big sinner? Did Allah say that? No. Allah says, if you eat from the tree, you will be among the zalimin, wrongdoer. In our common language, when I say zalim, this guy is a zalim, he's a wrongdoer, what do you mean? Meaning he's like oppressor, he's doing some wrong thing on someone else. He's beating his wife, or he's beating the people under him, he's a bad ruler. No, but there is no one else, only Adam and Eve, both of them eat. How can be the zalimin? And this is a very good question. A lot of people put a logic, brother, I am drinking wine at my home. Every morning I drink a glass of beer or wine. I'm not doing harm to anyone. Why are you telling me not to drink wine? I buy with my own money, I drink, I go to office, or I sleep or whatever. I'm not harming. No, you're harming yourself. The same thing, when Adam eat that tree, from the tree, did he harm to anyone else? No. He just eat from that himself. But Allah says, if you eat, you will be a wrongdoer to whom? To your own self. You are disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because your body, your soul is amana from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You cannot be a zalimun of your own soul. So this is what is mean here. The next ayah, Allah said that the shaitan made them sleep, as you know. So this story here in Baqarah, Allah didn't explain it totally here. We're going to have Surah Al-Araf, and that tells some other things, other stories, like other details of this story. So here Allah is saying that the shaitan made them sleep from them, as we all know, that what shaitan did. And they came from Allah, commanded all of them, look, get down from here. So Allah is telling Adam and Eve and the shaitan, all of them, saying, okay, get down from the Jannah, go back to the world. I mean, not go back, you get down from here and go to the world. The world, you will get something in the world for enjoyment for a little while. So this is the main ayah. So how shaitan tricked and to disobey Allah, as we all know that. We'll come to this. I'm just quickly say that, shaitan told to Adam alayhi salam that, if you eat from this tree, you will be either an angel or you will be khalidina fiha. Meaning shaitan is telling, look, only two kind of people can live in the Jannah. Angels or people who there for all the time. And because this why Adam, the shaitan, influenced Adam alayhi salam, and he ate from the tree and they've been punished. Also another thing we need to mention here. Yesterday we say Allah made Adam alayhi salam a khalifa for where? For Jannah? No. He made Adam for the world. So Allah already know that I'm going to send Adam to the world. Didn't he announce to the malaika? But did Allah send Adam to the world? No. Allah sent him to the Jannah first. And Allah announced this whole thing to all the angels and all the malaika and everything. But he didn't tell it to Adam. So it's Allah's plan. So when Adam was sent to the world, Adam alayhi salam, he could say, look Allah, I heard that you have already planned to send me the world. So it's not my fault that I eat from this tree. You already made a plan that I'm going to come to this world. I will have children here and everything. Why did you send me here? This is Allah's plan and this is the qadar of Allah. A lot of people say, if Allah forces me to do this, how come it's my fault? So this is a qadar that, Allah knows everything beforehand. But because we do it wrongly, so we get the punishment from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And obviously it says here that, with enmity between yourself. Meaning, shaitan was made an enemy of here. Shaitan, see the word here, that with enmity between yourself. Meaning, you are now enemy between yourself. So, shaitan was declared as the enemy, and Allah mentioned this a lot of time in the Quran. Innahu aduun mubin. He is a clear enemy to you. The last ayah for today. Allah said here that Adam received from his Lord words. So Adam received from his Lord some words, and his Lord pardoned him. Verily he is Tawwabur Rahim. Very beautiful ayah. Allah saying that Allah has given Adam some words. Now do we have Allah's words? Yes, we do. We have Quran. Allah probably taught Adam alayhi salam that dua. Maybe that's the only dua Allah taught him to get pardons. But we have the Quran and so many dua in the Quran. Can you imagine the thing that make Adam forgiven the word of Allah? And we have a full book of word of Allah. How merciful is Allah to us, to the ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that he give the whole Quran, the book of Allah, and it is still protected, no change, nothing, and we can use that. Rabbana zalamna anfusana wa illam taghfir lana wa tarham lana lanakunanna minal khasirin. This is what Allah taught to Adam alayhi salam, and this Allah gave it to in the Quran. And also a great attribute of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Tawwabur Rahim. What is Rahim means? We did it. Rahman and Rahim. Is Rahim permanent or temporary? Rahim permanent or permanent, right? Rahim is permanent. And see, Tawwabur Rahim means Allah's door for repentance, acceptance, repentance is always permanent, always open. And that's why Allah accepted the forgiveness of Adam. Just a few things, just want to mention about this. That both Shaitan, Iblis and Adam, they both disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Iblis disobeyed to do sujood, and Adam alayhi salam disobeyed to eat from the tree. That's it. But one of them, the shaitan, had a logical argument with Allah. Look, I am better than him. As we all know in the next surah, like in Surah Al-Araf, he said that I am made of fire, and he is made of clay. I am better than him. Why am I going to make sujood to him? So Iblis had a logical explanation, a logical argument with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when you do complain with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with logic, you would have done kufr. When you complain what Allah gave you, with a logic, you try to argue with Allah with a logic, you have done kufr. There's no other option. And that's what happened to Iblis. On the other hand, Adam made the mistake. And he found that, it was Allah's plan to send him to the world. He could have go to Allah and talk to Allah and argue with Allah. Oh Allah, you are already planned to send me world. So why are you telling that because of the fruit you send me world? No, you have already planned. But Adam didn't do that. Instead, Adam accepted that punishment. Adam accepted everything and he used the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to ask for forgiveness. And this is what's going to happen in our life. This is the main theme of this Adam story. Every time you have a logical explanation or you accept from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala whatever Allah has given you, accept and ask for forgiveness. That is the main theme of this story. Every time we learn this story, listen to this story, this is going to be the theme of the story. So jazakallahu khair, subhanakallahumma bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.